Alright, guys, so I'm gonna attempt to talk to you about what it was like being the only trans kid in a mainly white redneck school. We had when I started high school, we had four black kids. They eventually graduated, and we were left with two black kids. We had a couple of Indian kids, a Korean kid, some Japanese kids, and that's about it. So it's not like we didn't have many different races in school, but I was the only kid, white, black, Indian, it didn't matter. I was the only kid who came out as transgender in my school. We did have other kids who were in the LGBT community, but that's not the same thing. People will say it is, it's not. One of my biggest battles in school was pretending to be somebody I wasn't. From sixth grade when I started at this school till I reached, I would have to say, I believe the middle of 10th grade, I pretended to be this straight white kid, pretended to make up boyfriends, all sorts of things, just to try and be normal. When I first came out as a lesbian. That was only for a couple of months, and I realized that really wasn't what fit who I was, what my brain was trying to process to me. When I looked in the mirror after a shower, I'd leave it fogged, and I'd dry off, put my shirt on, put my clothes on, go back to my room. I still really do that to this day. I have a little more confidence, but not a lot. And it wasn't because I'm fat. I am a fat kid. I'm a hefty dude. And it wasn't because of that. It was because I didn't like the fact that I had female body parts. So that was a really big struggle for me. Another thing was being forced to do gym class with the girls. We did not have co-ed gym class. It was co-ed for, I believe, our 6th and 7th grade year, and then they separated us. They segregated the boys from the girls. So every once in a while we would have class with the boys, or the boys would have class with the girls. So I didn't fit in. And in case anybody's aware, teenage girls can be very catty and very, very mean. I did have a few good friends who were girls in my gym class who would kind of protect me, because obviously they didn't want me to get in trouble, which would have happened. I would have been the first one to blame if anything were to happen. My principal did not like me. It wasn't a hidden secret. Everybody knew. I only ever dated one girl from my school. That's not to say that I didn't participate in sexual activity. I just only dated one girl from my school. I dated girls who lived far away. I started out with a girl in Allentown, and then I dated two girls separately, not at the same time. Dated two girls who happened to live in Texas. And when I went to college, I finally met a girl who fell in love with me for who I am, and we're still together to this day, 6 years later. So, but one of the other big things I dealt with in school is depression and my anger. Because when I got depressed, I got angry, and I didn't know how to deal with the two. I didn't know how to combat them. So I would get angry, and I would lose it. I would punch lockers. I would throw things. I would punch kids. I would just lose it. I would black out and rip through a class like it was nothing. I'm not proud of it. I had a very bad temper. My depression really kicked up a lot my 11th grade year, due to the fact that when I did come out as transgender, I had a lot of male students who would pretend to hit on me. I don't know if it was some sick game they had going on or what, but my 11th grade year, is the 2 times I attempted suicide, which a lot of kids in school don't know, so if they see this, they're probably going to be surprised that their actions cause such a negative effect to me. And I'm not looking for them to apologize. I'm looking to get the word out of how it can be being transgender, or especially being the only one in your school. It was difficult knowing that I had this depression, and knowing that I didn't really have anybody to talk to about it. My really, really good friend who I was friends with from 7th grade, and I'm still friends with her now, she kind of knew. I didn't really tell the whole story. I don't know if I ever have, so if you see this and I didn't tell you, I'm sorry. It's not because I didn't trust you, it's because I didn't want to put this on you, as well as all the other stuff that was going on our 11th and my 11th year and your 12th grade year. I didn't want to put it on you. My mom knew I was depressed. We went to my regular doctor. I got some antidepressants. It's hard to say if they actually helped or not, because I'm not a pill person. I have a horrible gag reflex, so I don't tend to stick to taking medicine very well. I don't like needles either, but testosterone actually helps with my depression because it makes me look and feel the way I want to, so I suffer through that and do that. But those are some of the big issues of being the only transgender kid in a school of all white, mostly white redneck children. When I went to college, things got worse before they got better. I had a lot of stuff going on my first semester of college, but things did get better. We started school, I believe, the end of August, the middle, somewhere around there. And I had already started talking to my now fiance on Facebook. There was a Facebook page for our class, our year, and sorry, my knee just popped. So we started talking, and things were going south with the girlfriend that I did have, because I paid a lot of money to go see her in Texas, and she canceled on me at the last minute. I know everybody's thinking in their head, catfish. Possibly, I don't know. Never met her, so possibly could have been. I try to make light of the notion. But, so I broke up with her, and then I started hanging out a lot with my now fiance. And at first she was very uncomfortable because she didn't want to date anybody. And I'm the kind of person that once I like you, and because I think it's mostly because I never really had but one girlfriend that was near me, I kind of go in, as they would say, balls deep. I jump feet first kind of thing. And so we got into a huge fight one day, and then my friend from the group, the LGBT community in my college, I wouldn't say set me up with this girl, but gave me her number, told me to start talking to her, and we did. And my now fiance was jealous, and she took my phone, and we were hanging out kind of less and less, but we would still every Wednesday watch Duck Dynasty. It's not on anymore. I don't believe it is. But we would watch it, and one night we were watching it, September 11th, 2013, and after the show was over, she said that her roommate was giving her a hard time because she felt like she was flirting with me, and if she didn't like me, she shouldn't do that kind of thing. So we said, well, fine, we'll just tell her we're dating so that she'll leave us alone about it. And then a couple hours later, we're like, why don't we just really date? And we did, and we've been together ever since. I can't say that I actually really took her on a first date, so that was kind of weird, but things did get better, and they are continuing to get better. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what it was like for me, being the only trans kid in such a small school. Thanks for listening to my rant about it, and that's it. Thanks, guys. I hope that everybody learns a little something from this video. It's kind of educational, I think. Have a nice day.